Hello everyone, this is Annie joining you in Liberty Square on Mango Prime. आज हम बात करते हैं I hear so many people talk about this all the time about how our schools don't have the proper resources. Our streets पे deer carcasses पड़े होते हैं. How attractive are they? या हमारी zoning, there's a smoke shop opening up like next to our schools. And we live in New Jersey, at least most of us do. And even if you don't, you live everywhere else, you talk to Uncle Sam the same way as we do. We do a little more because we're in New Jersey. Uncle Sam हमारे इतने सारे taxes ले जाते हैं, लेकिन हमें कभी-कभी लगता है कि we don't always reap the benefits of that, right? Why is that? Today we're going to talk about why and what we can do to make that change happen so that we reap the full benefits of the money that we're paying to Uncle Sam, basically, in the form of taxes. First of all, our taxes are only as good as what our local authorities do with them. What does that mean? Local authorities, our governor, state governor, first of all, are then uske baad state assembly people, our Congress, हमारे जो फेडरल गवर्नमेंट में भी जाते हैं represent करने के लिए अपनी स्टेट को, those are your congressmen. But that comes in a federal level. आज हम बात कर रहे हैं locals की. तो उसके बाद आते हैं हमारे mayors, freeholders, council people for our township and our counties, and then so on and so forth. So today, what I really wanted to discuss with all of you was why we don't see the results of our taxes allocated in the way that we want them to be, and how can we change that. So I'm sure आप सबका भी होगा ना कि ये चेंज होना चाहिए. अगर मैं इतने टैक्सेस देती हूँ तो मेरा बच्चा जिस स्कूल जा रहा है, it should be like amazing. ना कि उसमें जैसे हमारे यहाँ होता है, the first few days when school starts, we don't even have all the classrooms open, because during the summer, when the schools are closed, the air conditioning is closed. And so by September, there's mold in the classrooms. How nasty, right? आपको भी यकीनन होता होगा कि आपके बच्चे जब पानी पीते हैं तो there should not be any lead in it. And we did have some lead issues in South Jersey, and I know in Philadelphia as well. So wouldn't you like to know how to change all of that? Well, there's only one way, really. Vote. V-O-T-E, vote. I'm sure I'm like banging on a drum that you've already heard so many times. अभी तो elect किया है बाइडेन को. Yes, elect तो उनको कर लिया है, लेकिन what he does helps us and affects us in a general way, like a big federal umbrella. But what really helps us, जो हमारी local चीज़ें होती हैं, ये सबसे बड़ा जो मुझे मसला चलता है ना कि guys, I love your dogs. I love my dog. But please, pick up after him, right? आपने उसको walk कराया, तो वो हाथ पे थैली चढ़ा के फिर बाकी का काम भी तो कर लो ना. Don't leave it in my yard. मुझे ये बहुत बुरा लगता है. और इसका ये सब चीज़ें उसमें आती हैं, local ordinance में. उसको कैसे change कर सकते हैं? आप अपना वोट करें अपने local लोगों के लिए. It doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent or any other XYZ. If you feel strongly about something, you need to go out there and you need to vote. And you need to do so consistently. Because जहाँ आपने छोड़ दिया अपना वोट करना locally, वहाँ पे और बहुत सारे लोग बैठे हुए. They will come and they will make their choices, and then you will not have a choice but to go with what they select for you. So if, say, for example, most townships have the ordinance that you have to leash your dog. If somebody decides to come up and they say, my dog is so nice, or सारे कुत्ते यहाँ के अच्छे ही होते हैं, we don't want them leashed. So कल को, maybe that could pass. Just like the marijuana legalization in New Jersey recently passed. I know everybody has mixed feelings about that one. I'm not going to say anything. I will hold myself back from that one. But all of those are decided locally. Now, I want to get into more New Jersey topics. So we have the gubernatorial elections coming up. What that means is we will get to elect new or re-elect our current governor, Governor Murphy. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me who you vote for. What matters to me, what I'm trying to encourage is to go out and vote. अभी हमने कोविड में देखा कि जो state governments थी, most of our governors, at least ours, was on TV every day. He still is. He talks, and we hear what steps are being taken, whether it's restrictions, PPE distribution, vaccinations. All those came and are still coming down at your local government, your local governorship level, state level. So we are having a new election for that. And in New Jersey, as long as you've been a resident of the county you live in for 30 days, or you're 17 years old right now and you're going to be 18 when the ballots open, you can go and you can register to vote, and you can definitely vote for your choice of politician and your local people. Next, काफ़ी लोग vote नहीं करते because they say कि when we register to vote, we are going to be a part of jury selection का जो group होता है. Wrong. Jury selection comes from your driver's license. So unless you're about to give that privilege up, you will likely get selected to be on a jury. And why not? Itna maza aata hai. You get to go into a courtroom. It's an experience where you get to see what's going on. That's a whole different tangent. I'm very passionate about the jury process. But yeah, so the jury selection doesn't come from your voter registration. It comes from your driver's license. A couple of other things that I wanted to talk about was in this local election process, we also get to choose our representatives to be on the school board and to be even the state assembly people. Some of them we have are really involved with the education system here. I don't know about you, लेकिन मेरी बेटी माशाल्लाह, I love her to death, लेकिन वो जो 1 साल उसने घर पे गुजारा है drove me crazy. और we were definitely one of the ones who thought that, as long as proper masking and PPE were in place and proper cleansing was going on, कि उसको school जाना चाहिए. She's an only child and she was really suffering. Of course, we care about her health, and as long as PPEs were in place, we wanted to send her. And if you feel otherwise, that's totally legit. But the only way we were able to get that done, or you can get that done, whichever way you decide, is कि आप अपने elected officials को अपना email करो, phone call करो, काफ़ी सारे neighbors मिलके like शोर हंगामा करो basically, and you let them know. Next, I wanted to touch up on one more thing that's sort of in the same line of schemes. I know so many of my friends, especially some who came from Pakistan in the recent past, or from India or any other country, even if they moved from a different state to New Jersey or to our township recently, वो लोग कहते हैं कि we really want to do something, but we have little kids and we can't work, and हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम तो कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते because we don't have any resources to do that. I have to respectfully disagree. One of the things that you can do so necessary in our school systems is we need you to get involved in the schools. Get involved in the schools. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप अगर आपके बच्चे preschool, kindergarten, whatever grade they're in, go be a room mom. Read them a story. आपके क्या हॉलीडेज़ आ रहे हैं, आपकी ईद आ रही है, दिवाली आ रही है, लोहड़ी आ रही है, any holidays that are coming up, go do a craft with them. And at least while you have the age that you can go and do that with. Uske baad, at least make a PowerPoint or express your concern to the teachers. So at least let them know कि भाई हमारा ये holiday आ रहा है, can you do a little clip? Can you play a little video? Anything like that. Second, get involved in your PTA. Believe it or not, once you get involved in the PTA, even the PTA has elections. Yep, democracy at its best. And let me tell you, some of those are feisty. So, आप अगर अपने PTA में इन्वॉल्व होंगे ना, it gives you a voice of what goes on in your school. अक्सर ऐसा होता है, मैंने देखा है कि पेरेंट्स किसी टीचर से या कोई स्कूल में कोई इवेंट हुआ होता है या कोई एक्शन और इनएक्शन की वजह से अपसेट होते हैं, लेकिन आपकी और फिर ये कहते हैं कि हमारी तो कोई सुनता नहीं है, हम क्या करें। भाई आपकी सुनेंगे उसी तरह कि जब आप अपने टैक्स मनी के साथ साथ अपनी आवाज़ भी उनको दोगे, और आवाज़ सुनाने का तरीका यही है कि वोट करो। आप अगर स्कूल बोर्ड में इन्वॉल्व होगे, इफ़ यू बिकम व्हाट्स कॉल्ड अ PTA, you pay I think $5-10 a month or annually per school year, and now you're on the PTA. Now you can vote, and if you don't like that crazy mom who thinks that there should be a bake sale every week, then you can now get rid of her and put yourself in the place and make sure there's only a bake sale every other month. Anyways, that's just my suggestion. We all have a voice, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And the only way to make that be heard is by voting. Democracy, jahan pe hum reh rahe hain na, this is such a huge privilege. And if we don't take advantage of it, we're going to be the ones missing out. देखिए, हम टैक्सेस तो अपने दे ही रहे हैं. Why not make sure that those taxes go to work where we want them to? Why not make sure that हमारे बच्चे उस environment में पढ़ें where we want them to? Why don't we make sure that our masjids, mandirs, gurdwaras, anything else gets built where we want it to be built, and we don't get zoned out of anything? Why don't we make sure कि हमारे सारे holidays at least recognize तो हों? और ये कैसे होंगे? Again, I'm going to beat that drum. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you so much for listening to me babble on and on. I hope you got something out of it. And after all this, even if I get some of you registered to vote and gone and, casting your ballot, I'm going to say this is like a good thing. So thank you so much for listening to me. This is Annie Anjum joining you again in Liberty Square, only on Mango Prime.